Hey, it's Taylor and Ashley. And y'all, it has been crazy out here in this real estate market.
It really has been. So Taylor and I just want to take some time to kind of discuss what it's looking like for sellers, what it's looking like for buyers. Because it seems from our end, it can be a little tough, it can be a little crazy. So we know if we're feeling it, that as a seller or a buyer of a new home, that you're definitely feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, especially with buyers, it's very normal to have to put in more than one offer to get something under contract. So it's kind of really important to make sure that you know that you're going to find the right home. And if one doesn't work out, the right home is still on the way. Absolutely. Even if it doesn't work out the first time.
Yeah, I think there have been markets where we feel like you find your home, you put in an offer, and it's a done deal. Well, on average right now, each house is getting about 3 offers.
At least.
So that's the offer. Yeah. Taylor's had one that was crazy. I had one last week that within the first 12 hours, they just stopped taking offers because they already had 10 in. And she's like, at some point, we just have to call it quits and pick one of these.
Yeah, I mean, things are going in less than 24 hours. You said 12 right there.
Things are so fast.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a tip for a buyer, now is a time where before people were like, oh, well, it's Monday and I'm off this Saturday, so let's take a look at it then. We just don't have that time now. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Kind of time is luxury right now in real estate.
So it's maybe one of those things that you have a couple of late evenings that come 6 o'clock, you have to view homes from 6 to 8, or you really have to take a vacation day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But things are just going.
Yeah, or being flexible enough to maybe even put an offer on a home based on pictures contingent upon viewing the home.
Yes, people are doing that. So I know, especially being a first-time home buyer, that can seem a little scary.
Yeah.
Putting in an offer, not even seeing the house.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, we're going to get you in the house usually within 24 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely not something where you're never going to see the house.
Correct.
There's even a contingency period during the offer transaction period where you have the chance to see the home, have a home inspection come out, make sure that the house is okay and it's not falling apart. So you still have time to back out if it turns out that it's not going to work out for you for whatever reason that might be.
Yes, and that's especially true for investors right now. So
yeah, it is.
I mean, we're kind of used to that with investors a lot of times, but definitely for them right now, and even for just some of our conventional buyers that are just looking for their family home too. But for investors, we know that y'all are really going through it too. We know this is a high investment area. Yeah. So having to do kind of the sight unseens and that sort of thing is almost necessary.
Part of the game at this point.
At this point, it really is. So if you're really trying to, especially if you're dipping your feet into investing or you're just getting into it, it can be really scary because you're like, I'm about to drop, you know what I mean, maybe $100,000 on something that is a complete shot in the dark for me. But same thing, just make sure that you have an agent that you're working with that knows we can get you in the house within 24 hours, and if it doesn't work out, then you obviously can pull back and not really be at any loss to yourself.
Yeah, and there will always be plenty more listings that come onto the market. So if one doesn't work out, there will still be more options as they come through the market reel.
Yes. Talking about listings, so we are seeing more come every day, thankfully.
Yeah, thank goodness, but not enough.
Not enough. So that's such a big thing. So if anybody, we keep saying it, and we'll probably keep saying it until we feel a little bit of a break, but if anybody's thinking about selling your home, now. Yeah,
now is the time. Inventory is so low, and if people are getting 3 offers within 24 hours, this is the time. This is it.
This is it. So be prepared. I feel like I've also seen this, that people are listing their homes, but their agent isn't preparing them that this is the time. So things are going fast. So the first couple days, even if it takes that long right now, are going to probably be chaos. So make sure that when you're listing, you're really ready to potentially be gone from your home from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That it may be something that you really need to think about, or make sure that you have the time set aside. So if you're like, oh, I only want people in my home from 5 to 6 in the evening, right now this just isn't the market really for that.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is, since homes are going so quickly, if your home is in really good condition, I can't say this about every single house on the market, but if your house is in really good condition, there's a solid chance your house is going to go fast. So be prepared that when you go to sell your house, know that there's a good chance you need to be out of that house in 30 days.
Correct. So 30 days is really kind of the time frame that buyers that are setting that standard. That 30 to 35 days is about how long it takes to close a loan.
Yeah.
So People are ready.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're really ready because this may be, when they finally get your house, the 6th one that they've tried.
Right.
So they've been trying for 3 weeks, so they don't want to have to extend that search any further because they're ready. A lot of people, unfortunately, kind of wait last minute and they're like, I need to be in the home within the next 60 days.
Yes.
And then it's just taking 30 to 40 days.
Right.
To search anyway with the market.
Yeah, especially from the buyer's perspective, where you've got maybe 10 homes that you want to see, but out of that 10, maybe 7 are actually available, and by the time you actually go see it, maybe 2 are then only available. So for the buyer side, it's a little more stressful. So as a seller, just know that as they're going through that process, it's a good chance that by the time they put an offer in on yours, it's not their first.
Yes. And sellers' homes, like we said, they're going into multiple offers. So really things are, and this is really for buyers too, things are going full price, if not a little above.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you can gouge people $40,000? No.
Darn.
That's still not how that works.
Obviously
the prices are going up a little bit just because the market's trending that way.
Appreciation, things like that.
But you still have an appraisal. So if your house is worth $700 and you want to sell it for $3.5
million,
you know who you are. It's just, that's not going to happen.
Right, because at the end of the day, the loan still has to be approved, and that goes through the appraisal process. Now, if the appraiser comes back and says, actually, everything in this neighborhood is selling at $700, not $3.5 million, no one can get a loan on that house. So while prices are slowly going up, it's not like anything astronomical is going to happen in one transaction.
Yes, and I feel like you kind of, as a buyer, you have to get out of the mentality that it's buying a house is like buying a car. Because
it's not.
It's really not the same thing. This is a much bigger purchase. We know that a car is a big purchase, but let's times that by 10 a lot of times. So, but there is negotiating. A good agent's going to work on your behalf, but a good agent is also going to tell you to be realistic.
Exactly. So, especially when it comes to when you're going into a bidding war, when you're going up against other offers, there are things where you need to be a little more flexible if possible. So for example, your closing cost assistance that you asked for from the seller, 3% is normal. It's very average, but if you can go 2.5 or even 1.5%, that's going to put you ahead of the game compared to all the other offers that might be on the table.
Right. So this is a market, but as a buyer, you have to make yourself competitive.
Yes. So if you have money that you can bring to the table at the end of the day, that might actually help the seller. So a crazy idea is that as a buyer, instead of offering more money for the house, maybe you offer more things like covering all potential repairs that pop up, or more closing costs for yourself. So that way, at the end of the day, the seller might sell the house at one price, but at the end of the day, they're taking home more money because they're not having to take so much out of their wallet up front for the transaction.
Yes, I think that's a big thing to know. And I even think that as a seller, if you come into a situation where you have multiple offers, if you have one at 300, 305, and 310, that 300 may at the end of the day be more money based on the other things that people are asking for. So don't get super excited at, all of a sudden I have 310, I have $10,000 more dollars. Well, that's probably not the case. So a lot of things in real estate are based off percentages. So obviously the higher the number, the higher percentages, it's coming out.
It's coming out of the transaction at the end of the day.
So you really need someone that's going to work for you to get you those bottom line numbers so that you actually understand
what that's going to look like.
What's going on. Because I know that big number can seem like, oh my God,
so exciting.
We did it.
We got 20K over asking.
And you walk away at 290 opposed to 295 if you would have taken a lower offer.
So that being said, if you are thinking about selling your home, but you want to know what that process looks like, or you're wondering how much your house could potentially sell for, or maybe you're thinking about what you need to prepare to prep your house to be sold, Ashley and I are definitely here to help you through that process. So we'll make sure to put our contact info at the end of this video as well.
Absolutely. We can definitely help with that. Getting their house on the market, if you've thought about it, it's just, there has been no better time. So just keep that in mind, and we are definitely here to help. But we appreciate you guys joining us for our video. We hope that you learned a little bit about what's happening in the Hampton Roads Market right now. But everyone have a great day.
And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye.